Welcome to Top Keys. Thank you all for coming out. Today, my guest is Brandon from Marriott, and I've known you for a while. Brandon, why don't you introduce yourself to the audience?
Absolutely. Brett, yes, we have known each other for quite some time. My name is Brandon Ray Harris. As I told him before we started the camera, I didn't have no say-so in the matter. That's why my mom chose to name me. So Brandon Ray Harris, Director of Development for Marriott Hotels.
Okay, and what division of Marriott, so which development of which brands?
Yes, sir. I oversee our Midscale collection, which is City Express by Marriott and Studio Res by Marriott. I oversee the central U.S., Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, up to Indiana, Michigan, and Illinois. Right. 9 states in total.
Today we're in Miami at NABHOOD.
Yes, sir.
And I've been coming here, I think, almost 20 years. But do you remember when your first NABHOOD was and how long you've been coming out?
Yeah, my first NABHOOD was 4 years ago here in Miami when they used to host it over at the full-service Marriott Hotel in Brickell. No, Biscayne Bay is what it was. So yeah, 4 years ago.
Right. How did you find out about NABHOOD, or did you meet Andy somewhere?
I did, yes. Actually, I was at NYU conference in New York City. Andy approached me and said, "Young, sharp brother, we got to have you down to NABHOOD." And then that's how the connection made. And awesome. A few months later, because NYU was in, I would say, March, April. And then he asked me to come to NABHOOD, so I did.
Well, I mean, you have a lot of coworkers and other brands and talk about. So, what has been the opinion of people out there in the industry about NABHOOD? What does it do, and who should be coming to NABHOOD?
Yeah, I think NABHOOD is a great opportunity for diverse individuals to learn more about the hotel space and just things that they don't currently know about. I mean, for me, I never really knew what hotel development or hotel business was. I was a college professional basketball player. I used to travel all the time and stay in hotels.
Right.
But it's a great tool and a great resource and conference for people to come that are looking maybe to invest in subways or, restaurants, but want to learn about hotels. And it's a great place for them to learn and not be intimidated because they can be around people that look like them, feel like them, and maybe have a similar upbringing as they do.
All right, excellent. And you played basketball where?
I did at Western Kentucky.
Yeah,
college.
What was your position?
I played point guard.
All right.
Yes, sir.
What was your first job in the hospitality industry?
It was as a director of sales at a Candlewood Suites by IHG in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Was that when they first came out, Candlewood?
That wasn't when they first came out. They came out a lot longer than that, but no. So it was my first job.
So what did you like about that first job? Like, what got you? What gave you the hospitality bug? Like, why stay in this industry?
Yeah, so my mom used to bartend at the Crowne Plaza when I was in college. She wanted the employee discount to come and stay and travel to see all my college games. And that's when I kind of learned a little bit about, the back of house stuff. And then, working at the hotel itself just gave me a great appreciation for those that are taking care of the rooms, those that are taking care of the guests. A lot of times they are the unsung heroes in our space that people just don't really get to see. You hardly ever get to see your housekeeper unless you're in the hallways before they clean your rooms. But I got to meet those people, learn about their families and why they're in the space as well.
And so, because you had family working in the hospitality industry, you think that gave you more empathy and you learned more about the business quicker?
I did, absolutely. Just seeing how my mom sometimes was talked to, I would go there to eat with her at the restaurant and she was bartending, and sometimes you see a guy that's maybe upset with work, how he would talk to my mom or how he would talk to some of the service workers. It just gives you insight to see these are people too.
Right.
They're here to, take care of you and serve you, but also there to provide for their families as well. So it just opened up my eyes to every deal that I sign now in development. I'm thinking about who is that mom or father that's going to be the GM of the hotel.
Right.
Who are the housekeepers going to now be able to say, hey, I now work at a Marriott hotel. It gives me pride to know I'm not only doing these deals to grow the Marriott name, but also provide these families and these mothers and fathers an opportunity to take care of their families.
Right. So an average Studio Res, 30, 40 employees?
For Studio Res?
Yeah.
No, that's going to be a skeleton crew. That's going to be 8 to maybe 11 employees.
Okay.
Very efficient.
Just a lean machine, huh?
Very, very, very lean. Similar to the Candlewood Suites, to the Extended Stay America, to the Wood Spring Suites model. City Express, you probably run, depending on how big it is, 15 to 20, because it's more of a transit model, so probably 15 to 20 employees.
Right. But that's still 15 to 20 families that get a paycheck every week.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Absolutely.
Which product is all ground up?
Studio Res is all ground up, extended stay, true extended stay model. Average length of stay for those out there that are looking to develop an extended stay hotel, you're looking for 12 to 18 nights minimum length of stay. City Express is a conversion-only brand where you're taking existing assets, maybe a distressed asset that can use some love on it and bring it into the Marriott family through conversions.
Okay. And both of those are recent. I think Marriott's up to 30 brands now, right?
Yeah, we're probably at 35 now. Tony would probably say we're going to do a little bit more as well. But I'd say, City Express has been around since 2002 in Latin America. We bought that brand about 3.5, 4 years ago with the intention to bring it to the U.S. Studio Res is a complete thought child of Marriott that we wanted to launch because, in truth, there was a lot of brands that we or a lot of hotels and competition that we were displacing business to, because our lowest brand in the extended stay space was the Town Place Suites. And during the pandemic, what it taught us was, although that hotel is set up to take care of extended stay, the rates are so high because the owner's returns are so good that the owners didn't want to lower the rates.
Right.
Studio Res is plugged in there to take care of all those traveling nurses, those families in need, because maybe they've had a fire at the house and need a place to stay for 30 nights to, maybe 2 months.
Right.
That's what Studio Res is there to plug.
So, here at NABHOOD, we've got a luncheon tomorrow, and, we've got that scholarship fund and some other things going on. But what I've noticed from members is you have a couple of members that are like veterans, and they own 10, 20, 30 hotels.
Yes, sir.
A lot of them are Marriotts, Hiltons, and other brands. And then you have people that have just kind of kicking the tires and looking around, right? So is there an opportunity at Marriott, and what would your advice be to a young, new entrepreneur, getting into this business?
First off, come to NABHOOD. If you're not here, come here. Meet the people that have been in your shoes maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago that didn't have a hotel at that point in time, that now are getting into the hotel space. Next step after that, make sure you understand the financials around this. One of the things I cannot stress enough is if you own a restaurant, let's say you own a Subway.
Sure.
That that restaurant's gonna be open from 10 a.m. maybe to 9 p.m. and
Sure.
You're closed. Hotels do not close. We are there to serve people day in and day out. Holidays, disasters, the hotels never close.
Yep.
So just understand that if you want to get into hotel ownership, it's a nonstop job, and you are there truly to serve the people. Yes, you want to make a profit. We understand that, but you are there to serve the people. That'd be my biggest advice, is to understand that if you want to get into hotel ownership and development, make sure you know this is a lifestyle, not just a job.
Right, so that mindset, you got to have that total
Yeah,
mindset.
you have to.
24/7, 365,
Yes, sir.
always open. All right, so as we're wrapping up, what else, what else can you tell us about your NABHOOD journey? Is there, when I say, what was your best time that you had at NABHOOD, what was your most challenging time, what would be the story you share, and any other takeaways?
My most challenging time is hopefully to live up to what NABHOOD expects of me. Truthfully, one of the things I've talked about is, there's not a lot of people that look like me in development at Marriott. And
Currently.
yes. And so wanting to live up and be a great representation of what somebody that looks like me and has a background as I do, that what we can do and provide and achieve while at Marriott.
Well, how can somebody get in touch with you if...
Yep, full name again is Brandon Ray Harris. If you want to look me up on LinkedIn, it's going to be Brandon Harris at Marriott. And then on our website, it's going to be marriott.com/development, and you'll find me on there as well.
All right. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you,
See you
sir.
on the floor.
Thank you.